Okay. Was that the rocket launching, or was there another island that just came up? Can't tell. Okay, let's just do super alloy. Got 8. Probably have to put in another request for those, but eh. Okay. Character locker storage. It's lined up. Yeah, because I'm going to want to be able to store both of the fertilizers. Then all of my fertilizer 3. Otherwise, we're going to have some storage issues, and that's going to be annoying. Let's grab a pair of iron. I think we're going to close this wall off as well. Let's see. Grab another. Perfect. Let's just do silk and... I don't know. I'll figure the rest out in a bit. Let's do bugs. Because this way we can have silkworm, larva. Because I don't think I'm going to bother with bees. I don't think we need it. Okay, so I can actually make a silkworm. Farm. Okay, so zeolite. Water is downstairs, but I'm actually going to need the cobalt. Because I don't keep oxygen bottles around. There we go. I already had one of these. Make another. No reason why not to, right? We might have actually had a second silk. So probably could still use some space for like bacteria or other things, but eh. Okay. Barring this, let's see if the shuttles have returned. They haven't. Should be soon. A minute. Animal fuse. So we're going to need fuse cartridges, phosphorus, mutagen, and animal food. Because yeah, I might be able to output just a silly amount of critters. Okay. Well, I'm in no immediate rush. Am I? No, we should do the base management before I do anything else. Because it's only going to be a minute before these show up, and then we can go check out that island. Let's go take a look at these things. So obviously pressure is spanking heat as far as production quantity goes. Is it? No. I actually can't tell. It seems like heat might be fine. Because that's 400 million versus 285 million. So actually we're generating kind of as much of both. Biomass is still on the low side, and oxygen can do whatever it wants. What if there's diminishing returns on those things? Oh. Oh. We never emptied this out. But in retrospect, we didn't need any of those. So, kind of worked out. Let's grab all the fuse cartridges we can. Genetic traits. What are the other things we need? Because making a bunch of these would be good. Phosphorus we get here. So mutagen and animal food. Let's do the animal food, because this one should have a bunch somewhere. Is it? Yeah, there it is. Let's lose the fuse cartridges. And just grab more animal food. Okay, let's do toxicity. They should have a whole mess of fuses. Animal food. And decent amount of T2 mutagen. Or T4 mutagen. Probably just all of that. Thing is, I could always just, like, crunch down. Didn't check. Good to check. That one's inventory was not fully emptied out. I'm all bad. Okay. So I can at least make a couple of these fish farms. We just have to go find my silk. Which... Have I been storing silk somewhere else? I have been. Okay. Oh, and I do have to put fish eggs in here. Well, I did put in a request for a bunch of fish eggs. My foresight is weirdly impeccable. Okay. I can get the other ones down to in a smidgen. There might be better fish than this, but I don't know. Okay, so what is this? Animal production on its own is 220,000. That's not bad. So if I want to do an animal spreader rocket, that's T1. Is there a T2? There probably is. I have all this extra genetic information. We might as well gonna have the most homogeneous oceans ever. Okay, leave 3 of these behind because I can't do more than that. Or no, I can. So we can send off 2 of these rockets then. I should probably actually request more osmium rods because it turns out I'm kind of low on osmium. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, mutagen 4. Good, we have 2 of them. And then rockets. As always, confusing the hell out of the fish. Poor suckers, you don't even know where you're going. I don't even know where you're going. I don't even know what my game plan here is. Am I just chucking fish into the sky and hoping they rain down somewhere practical? They must have had a laugh when they made that. Okay. So, if we're lucky, that has now boosted the biomass production. Not as much as I would have liked. Maybe there's no way to compete. I don't know. What do I want to check? A biomass screen? Yeah. Iron, silicon. I'll just put it here. Do I? No, I'll put it here. Yeah, so my plant production is actually pretty good. So I might have to rethink this whole animal production thing. It's not generating as much as I was hoping for. Then again, I mean, we're already... I mean, that multiplier is pretty weak. Well, there's more genetic information. Oh, right. And now I might be able to actually make this. I have no clue. Hopefully we can make at least 3. Damn. What are we out of? Might be the fused cartridges. I don't exactly... I didn't exactly have a whole bunch of those. So if I had to guess at what I'm missing, it's that. So actually, I'll take those up. Alright, and it is pulling from upstairs, which is what we needed. And this will be a 6th, if it gets made. At which point we stop, because we don't need more than that. So 2 of those. And then a bunch of obsidian. And explosive powder. Perfect. Okay. Let's get these boosters down. I think I'm just going to slap it here for now. So that's a 6,000% multiplier. And I could get a bunch of these fish farms. So let's see if I have enough fertilizer 2 for it. Or fertilizer 3. I guess I should probably grab, what, 6 of them? It's 8. 12? 12. And then I need the bioplastic. And then go find those fish eggs. Oh, but I'm actually going to need fish eggs for this. Well, I can always buy more in the trade rocket. Okay. Could do that. See, each of these on its own is still generating nothing. Oh, we had a detoxo tree that I was working on. I should go double check that all of my plant generators are full. Because if they're not, I should get them filled out. No, actually, they seem to be filled out. Cool. So I guess we've just got an overabundance. Okay. Well, go back to this. That's empty. Do I want to get 21. Fish eggs? Sure. Here's the thing, if I need more money, I can always just go into those portals and get fuses. I hadn't thought about that, but like the production fuses, trade fuses, and some other stuff are extremely generous. Let's figure out some other things. Oh, no, I actually need to do 2 of these. I don't necessarily need the butterfly farm, but I feel like I might as well. Because I've got the butterflies sitting around. Might as well use them. Okay, zeolite. And then I should do the same thing with the frogs. But yeah, never did build any of these butterfly gardens. Gardens, farms. And they're kind of pretty. Let's see, we're already up to 1.5 Ti. I know I've been taunting people with the potential of going over to that other island, and I should do that soon. It's the amphibian farm. Okay, so that's fertilizer 1. One of those, and then some water. These might only take 1 amphibian, so I might need to make a couple of these. Or I just say, meh. Yep, they only take 1 egg. Those are cool. Okay, so yeah, let's make 2 more. Just to get them out of my inventory so they're not just sitting around. Because yeah, we're just gonna get Froggy up in here. Why was that a slang? Like, years ago, feeling froggy meant, like, feeling like, are you up for a fight or something like that? I never understood it. Okay, nope. We want to hold the beans with us. Take those. Do we even need this many? No. I'm not going to run through my entire food meter that many times. Okay, so how long does this have? We can just leave it. I want to go take a look at this thing. Then we should probably figure out building some more heaters. And then after that, I don't know. I really, truly do not know what's left for me to do. Which is kind of a general benefit, you know, being right at the end of the game. I guess we'd head back to our original like the first planet, make sure I have all of the artifacts and go get the alien ending. I know there's another couple of endings depending on like, yeah, I think that's what we do. Because there's other endings based on the DLC. I don't remember what the Planet Humble one, the ending there was. Oh, it was working with the robotics company who got screwed over by the terraformers or the Planet Crafter Corporation. But I still think just going off with the aliens sounds fun, though I feel like I was missing a decent amount of lore there. Oh well, it's probably on a wiki somewhere. Let's see. Is there anything interesting? Like, I like these places and set pieces. I think they're neat. I just don't. Unlike every other part of this game, this one has been really limited with how rewarding it is. Okay, that's cool though. Like, it's one of the most beautiful DLCs, just in terms of its like set pieces and ideas. But yeah, it does not give you the goodies ever. Yeah. Like, my reward for getting to the top of this spiral is paraclams. And that's it. And, like, I don't know if it needs more than that. I think part of the problem is because the game is so limited in its actual... Ooh, crab. Crab. Oh, they're actually really cute. I'm not a crab guy. I don't eat crab. I don't touch crab. I don't interact with crab. But they're kind of cute. Honestly, kind of cute in a weird, horrifying way. In a very, like, Labubu way. Not that I have ever even been close to enough to one of those to really get an opinion on one. And yeah, there are a decent amount of larvas that I could harvest from these if I wanted to. Because that was how I've realized that, like, oh yeah, there probably are some things for me to harvest on some of these islands. So unless something spawns in here or here... No. Yeah, I think we're actually good. Unless there's more stuff outside. Like, further out. Well, I want to go in there, because that seems like it promises to be at least halfway interesting. Another spiral. Well, okay. I mean, it's a neat spiral. But yeah, if there had been more, like, weird, unique rewards that you could get. Bits of tech that cannot be unlocked any other way. Kind of like the chips, but more specific, maybe? I think they could have had some really interesting reward structures. Here and there of like, hey, you've, you know, explored this zone completely. You found this cool thing. A version of the jetpack that makes you go extremely fast underwater. Or here's the hovercraft car that's crashed and you can fix it up or something like that. Like, I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of stuff that could have been done to make some parts of this endgame feel a little bit more rewarding. But on the flip side, it also doesn't matter that much. You know, I have everything that I could possibly need, apart from little mobility perks. I think just perks in general would have been huge. And maybe that's it. I often with these games, I recommend kind of wax about the desire for randomly generated upgrades on top of everything else. And I think I kind of stand by that for a lot of them. The idea of these games having kind of randomly generated perks would be huge. You know, imagine if you were just exploring around and you find a data chip, a golden data chip. And unlike the rest, which just unlocks a new technology for you, the golden data chip, you put it into the decoder, and then it pops up with like 3 options. Hey, do you want some movement speed permanently? Do you want some power efficiency, just like 5%, but stackable? Do you want slow healing, which ultimately really just slows down your hunger degradation until potentially get to the point where you no longer starve at all. You actually do not get hungry. You know, that you can just filter enough plankton out of the water that you drink to be well fed. There is some stuff underwater now. The problem is the draw distance is so bad down here that apart from like certain angles, it's not really worth looking at these, even if it's cool. Okay, well, let's go back home. Like, I'm generally, both. I'm reasonably happy with how this has turned out. I thought, actually, this was not as bad as it could have been, and I'm glad that I'm finishing things off here. I think just because this was the least amount of effort that I had to apply to a single planet. And some of that mostly just boils down to the fact that I started looting all of my other planets wholesale and just saying like, all right, I'm just going to grab as much as I possibly can from their production, their storage, and send it over here. And I mean, a lot of that is just because I literally can't automate much here. You know, no resource production or anything like that. So it's fine. But I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of that like Zen drawdown. The 11th hour grind. Both in the worst and maybe the best way. I do appreciate that the crabs just start spawning everywhere. I kind of wish there were dolphins. But I get it. Okay, so now what? Dump off the stuff in my inventory. Go check that trading rocket now that we probably have a whole bunch of fish. Okay. And I might be able to sell each and every one of these eggs at a later date if I absolutely had to. Which, like, is an option. Namely from a... If this gets another DLC, I'll start over for the initial video for it. I actually bought too many eggs. Well, it's okay. Those are boosted to heck. Hopefully this is enough animal. Let's take a look. Well, animal biomass is now... It's fine. It's not huge. Where did I... Okay, I put it here. No, it's pretty good. I think if I were to do anything else, I'd probably just send Rocket to do animal spreader. I guess let's do exactly that, because I think it's just going to require genetic information. Okay. I think I can get more from the fish eggs. And I know I can get information from the larva. Let's see if I need anything else before I just call it that. Oh, we need osmium. We need mutagen 4 and osmium. There we go. Because everything else we should be able to make no problem. I guess I could go back and pet those crabs for a small amount of genetic information. I do appreciate the fact that I'm just like... I could cobble together Frankenbeasts from the random genetic information I get from petting crabs. Can you... Like, that's the most, like, equal parts Jurassic Park, but also the most unhinged, stupid variant of it. Yeah, I'll try and grab some phosphorus here. This is one thing that we probably... Well, we don't have much of a supply of. We're not using it for much. But it's probably wise to just have some sitting around. Just 'cause. That should be good enough. If I run out, I know where I can get more. So, we're at 2 TTI. Chances are we're going to be getting up to 4 or 5 or higher within probably the hour. I mean, we started this video with, like, barely any. Let's see. Let's go probably make a chest for genetic information and for phosphorus. Just so I know where I can find these things. You know, I actually don't remember off the top of my head how you spell phosphorus. Oh, I think we got it. So I think I have all the genetic information. I could cobble together some critters. But I think this is fine. So now what do we do? Heat? I do have a bunch of these rods. I probably don't have that much explosive powder, is the issue. There we go. I'll have to put in another order. Let's eat that, grab another one of these. I should also get a drink while I'm outside. Because, yeah, anything that boosts my TTI at this point I should be doing, just to speed things along. I'm being lazy about the animals because I didn't want to have to figure out how the heck I was going to get a food production chain going for them. And maybe it's easier than I think, but the fish don't need feeding. Okay, that should be good enough. Capacity is 8 machines. It should be a ton of heat. So, yeah, really, apart from sending off a bunch of rockets to boost, which I really, truly do not think we need to do. So let's figure out one more of these, because I should get a solar system screen. Because this will tell me kind of how much I have left. And what this even expects of me. Because, yeah, toxicity and prime are in the 30s. Selenea technically is not complete. It's crawling. Aqualis is going to make it faster, to be honest. And so I think the only other thing that we have left to unlock... Oh, Akuzi frog eggs are actually pretty good. There's the outdoor farm. There was the wind turbines. We just didn't need them. Oh, and the Atabu fish eggs. Oh, hold up. Okay, I might want to look into those, because it turns out the ones that we bought from the shop kind of suck in comparison to that. Where is this? Unfortunately, this whole business has been getting just progressively fuller over time. Because it's not the DNA manipulator, it's not the gas extractor, it's not the craft station. But it's kind of squat and boxy shape. Oh, is this one? Incubator. Okay, so we want a super alloy. T2 fertilizer. We've got plenty of bark. I just need 2 cobalt. I guess we don't. The tree thing doesn't generate nearly as much bark as I thought it would. Oh. Can't make it. Need oxygen. So, if I want to make... Oh. Those fish eggs are there? Is that... Oh. So I need a bunch of those, and then we just need 3 super alloy. So those fish eggs are extremely good. Let's see. Are these back yet? They are. Let's grab those. I'm going to need to put in a request for more cobalt rods. So this is enough for just shy of 1. 1 shy. But that's okay. I can probably go pet another crab. Grab those. Yeah, because the crabs are just over here. Because I might as well send off more of these fish rockets, because my animal production could probably be a little higher. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Let's see, send these rockets, and then let's go see about these fancy fish. Because if there's a fish that is more or less 3 times as effective as the fish that the best fish that I can buy in a store. Oh, I'm actually further off than I thought. That's okay. Grab those. Why is the music so freaking spooky all the time? Alright, so I really wish I could set a waypoint on this. But yeah, it's going to be sandwiched between these 2 islands. And that should, if we're lucky, generate the mega fish slowly. Because if I can get those in, then we get extremely good. And we get those in, we get extremely good animal production speeds. And then I could potentially ship it off to another planet if I really ever wanted to do so. Which is low on the totem pole of things that I want to do. Okay. Are we... Nope. We're close. I was really hoping these eggs would be... a little bit more obvious, like a small island or something. I guess it's kind of close to this one. Okay, so it's right here. There we go. Water life collectors. It says phytoplankton A, but if we're lucky, it's going to supply everything. Okay. That should be the correct egg. If it's not, it's not. Oh, they actually had a bioplastic island. That's interesting. Still, I think that's good enough. Now we can just head home. You can just see all my extra pressure generators underwater. That's very funny. So the main problem I have at the moment is mostly just that this planet and the last planet are just going to slowly crawl up to 100% terraformation. And while I could maybe intercede and speed them up, I don't really know if I need to. So, is there a reason for me to stick around until every planet is terraformed? I don't know. Oh, I should put up a radar, a communications radar. I don't think I ever checked my emails on this planet. I don't think I checked my emails much on the last planet or two. They were okay. Ugh. Being intentionally a little low-key, my head hurts. Didn't sleep that well last night, and pressure's doing a loop-to-loop, and so my brain's like, nah, write today off. And so I'm writing today off as casually as I possibly can. So let's figure out this whole communications radar business. If I can find it, it's one thing. There's just a lot of options here. There it is. So an aluminum, iron, titanium, silicon. Park this over here. And then let's go check out my emails. So silicon, magnesium, and iron. Easy peasy. Yeah, it's a little messy. Oh well. Oh, none of these are new, actually. Yeah, these are just random lore notes that I already read. So actually, yeah, there's nothing else to do. I would have expected at least an email from the Planet Crafter Corporation about this planet at all. Because yeah, I've read all of these. What was the last message from Riley? I'll have to look at these things. Well, I think I'm going to do that off camera. We're getting there. Final terraformation 5 TTI. 7? Oh, why? Why is Aqualis so freaking mean? Humble wasn't nearly that high. Actually, Aqualis is like the farthest. Baffling. Oh well. I mean, we're getting there, just not quickly. And so be it. I'm gonna go look some things up. Okay, I let it run for a while. We're almost at 100% TTI. I don't actually think any of these planets, like maxing them out, matters. Selenea still has a ways to go. Like, that might actually take an hour or two for it to crawl its way up there. Which is fine, but I'm kind of losing steam fast. So I think we get out of here. I think this planet is stable. I don't think there's really anything for me to grab at this point. So we want to just grab whatever fuses I've left behind here. Apparently, oh no, I've got tons. Because everything else doesn't really matter. I guess I can grab those and maybe the poster. Leave behind a bean, grab the animal effigy. Alright. Yeah, I think grand scheme of things, this planet is done. We've seen what it has to offer. It was neat, but a little empty for my tastes. Climb up out of this. We're going back to Planet Prime. Again. So, I think at this point, I think I'm just going to build the extraction rocket and see if I can get the Warden ending. I know there's other endings. I think there's at least 3 endings for every single DLC. So base game, Planet Humble, and Toxicity. I think I'll have at least 3 endings. Unless the second one has, or Toxicity might not. Yeah, this thing's supposed to automatically launch when its inventory is full, so I never actually did figure out how to get those things to work, which is slightly frustrating because it would have been really nice to be able to transfer resources around. Oh well. Okay, so how many of these warden keys do I have? Because I need 10. 3, 4, 9. I am exactly 1 key short. Well, that's unfortunate for me. Because that means I have to go find one somewhere. And I don't know if there's an easy way to identify where they would be. I do have coordinates. Or we can just kind of wander off. Let's see. That poster. I can put it up somewhere. Corrected. Yeah, they're cute. Okay. So where the heck am I going to find the last key? Where are areas I haven't been to recently? The problem is it's actually been like months since I last did anything on this planet. And so my exact grasp on its layout is still pretty strong, but it's pre-terraforming layout because I didn't actually do that much exploration. I'd assume if they had one, it might be like up here. Somewhere where I'm unlikely to have just bumbled into it. Probably. Well, not there. Oh, I see. It was telling me I could climb that. And there's a possibility that there's nothing here. Because I think I may have already found one. I forget. I'm trying to think of other spots. Because there's this whole area. Yeah, like, the problem is to some degree I just have to wander around and hope for the best and see if I can find what I'm looking for. Because they're invisible, normally, to the naked eye. And you just have to stumble into them. There's like a couple of spots where it could potentially be hiding. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I got one up on top. And yeah, if wandering around doesn't work, I do have coordinates. We do also have the whole Riley ending, which I kind of left behind. Like, we actually have... Ow. We do actually have 2 endings that I could do. There's the Planet Crafter one, which honestly felt kind of unsatisfying. I read a synopsis of what it sounded like, and it was like, oh, congratulations, you've terraformed this planet. You know, we'll reduce, you know, years off of your sentence. Oh, there it is. We'll reduce years off of your sentence based on, like, your performance. However, because you did all of these, you know, things against regulation, we're going to force you to terraform another planet for us, too. Which is like, yeah, giving into the giant mega corporation just doesn't feel particularly good. Admittedly, the Warden ending, I think, is going to be... I don't know how that's going to go, because supposedly we're chasing after, like, an ancient race that's fled this planet, maybe. The question is there anything left in here? No. So I need to make a thing. So this time we're doing the extraction rocket. This might be Blazar, Magnetar, Quasar, Solar. Okay, nope, we have enough. Okay. Obsidian, rocket engine, super alloy rod, and 1 osmium rod. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a super secret special ending for terraforming every single planet, which makes sense. But I was kind of hoping there would be something. There might be an achievement for it, but I don't care about achievements. I never have. They're a thing for other people who want to get like way deep into games and then like uber beat them. Oops. For me, I'm going to have my stacks of beans, my car, and the keys. I think there's implications that there's going to be a Planet Crafter 2 at some point, and I'm curious where that's going to be. I can hope it canonically carries on from, like, here. Okay, is that 10? Perfect. Leave the planet, trust that some wardens are still alive, and will accept you. Sure. Where was that? Just giant warp gate. Okay. To those who follow us, know that our destiny is that of doom. But some of us still believe that giving up is not an option. We will see what Providence has in store for us. A warden. Well, that was an ending. I mean, all things considered, I actually really enjoyed this game. I think it kind of lost steam owing to the fact that it was split across far too many planets, which is somewhat my own fault. I like the fact that there was New Game Plus, but it felt like a lot of the unlockable tech on the subsequent planets weren't really that exciting. Okay, so where does this land me? Right before I hopped on? Okay. It means I don't have to rebuild this, which is appreciated. But, you know, I was just kind of hoping that the tech tree would go further and more crazy, even to the point of having a teleporter that allows you to warp from one planet to the next. Would have been extremely nice, but is fine. Anyway, otherwise, solid game, solid incremental game. I think it peaked for me with Toxicity. That was a really nice mix of terraforming and exploration. Though I think I would have enjoyed Humble as well. I think I would have actually really enjoyed this planet in kind of New Game Plus mode, you know, coming here second or third with a bunch of stuff so I could kind of speed past the early stages since I'd already been through them before. But what I did experience with this was a very good time, and one that I truly had a blast with. I want to see what they do for the second game, presumably if they make another Planet Crafter. Because it feels like this was such a good, solid first attempt, and a subsequent version that is like deeper, more complex, and has a lot more options could be really fun. Anyway, I guess with all that said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, either if they do another DLC, or if they do a sequel, or if they make another game, who knows. But I do hope to see more kind of weird, semi-incremental games like this one, that aren't just watch number go up. Even though it does devolve into that eventually. Anyway, bye-bye, and thanks for watching.